Okay, I'm getting some questions from people about the last exam, might I stress, problem. This involves constructing a formula, okay? So the thing you have to revise or rehearse, if you like, is, hang on, I need to annotate here, is this frequency is X, okay? And you have to know the formula. The formula for a frequency table is the sum of fx, so you have to multiply the frequency by every score, divided by the sum of f, okay? So you have to fill that in. So every time you're using the x goes in. So you wind up with an expression on the left in x equal to the mean. And then you solve the equation using algebra, okay? So I'm going to just do, wonder will it let me use the whiteboard, share whiteboard. So let's just say we have x, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe it's the number of hours you spent on Zoom in a week, okay? So the number of students who spent this, let's say that one person spent an hour, no, it'd be more like that. 10 people spent an hour. 5 people spent 2 hours, 1 person spent 3 hours, maybe 1 person spent 4 hours. Let's just say something like that. And to work out the frequency or the mean, you multiply each column down, and then you add up these 2 columns, okay? So let's say that we don't know that frequency, okay? We don't know that, but you're told at the end that the mean number of hours spent studying, or spent on Zoom, was 2.5. Okay, let's say that's very similar to the question you've just been given. It might be written slightly differently. So you go ahead and you multiply 10, 10, 3x, and 4. So when you sum that up, it's 24 plus 3x. Okay. Then we have to add this up. This is 16 plus x. And we know that 24 plus 3x divided by 16 plus x is the mean, which is 2.5. So I'm just going to use algebra. So I have to divide both sides by 16 plus x to get rid of it there. So, or sorry, multiply both sides by 16 plus x. So that cancels with that, but I have to multiply 2.5 by 16 plus x as well. Okay, so when I have that all worked out, on the left-hand side, I've got 24 plus 3x. You're going to have to deal with my writing here. I'm using a mouse. Equals, I'll just get the calculator because my head's all over the place. 16 by 2.5 is 40 plus 2.5x. Now, just to be clear, all I've done there is I multiplied both sides by 16 plus x. That cancels there. So I'm left with 24 plus 3x. I'll write that down. And then I have to multiply that in. So 2.5 by that is 40. 2.5 by that is 2.5x. Now I have an x on one side. So let's just get the x's on this side. So you can see there that 3x, so if I take 2.5 away from both sides, that cancels. Take it away from that side, I'm left with 0.5x. So it's a half of x. So 24 taken away from this side, that's gone. So I have to take 24 away from that side. 24 away from that side leaves 16. So a half of x is 16, x is 32. Okay. So the real value there is 32. The real value there is 96. Now, very quickly, I'm just going to test. This is what I was talking to one of you about, who was begging me to say, is it right? Is it right? Test it. So we've got 15 plus 32 plus 1. So my frequency is 48. So 48 hours in its entirety was spent. So that's the sum of f is 48. Add up this side, okay, that's 120. So if I divide 120 by 4.48, just checking that again in case I've made a mistake, 20 plus 96 plus 4 is 120, divided by 32 and 10, 42, 48 is 2.5. So I got it right. So that's how you check. Okay, I'm going to save that. I'm going to clear all drawings. I've saved this to my computer. I'm going to upload it on YouTube. You look at it on YouTube. Okay, yay. Stop working so hard. Well, I don't mean that really, but really have some faith. You know, I wonder now whether I made a mistake having so many Zoom meetings with you, that some of you have become really dependent on it. And that's the opposite of what you need to be going away with into university, is you need to be doing this yourself. But at the same time, this was a kind of very, I think it was a traumatic time for a lot of people. You won't know this until in the future, possibly. Depends on what happens next, I guess. So